Back with more Angel. This is episode 20 of season 2. Very excited to get into the final 3 episodes of this season. With this cycle and the next, we'll be finishing off the season, getting some reviews out as well. Very, very excited, and then we move on to yet another chapter of the Buffyverse with Buffy season 6 and Angel season 3. I've finished Buffy season 5 now. Will I be over the ending? No. But I'm hoping Angel could bring more of maybe like a light-hearted, fun romp of a story as opposed to doom and gloom. We'll see. Given how the last episode ended, I think it could go either way, with Cordelia kind of being stranded on this like weird dimension world thing that I think Lorne came from. And yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be like rescue Cordelia kind of mission story. That'd be cool. But will that take the rest of the season? Will it just be like a 1-episode thing? That I don't know, because I'm really not sure where they're going with this season. I really thought, even like 6-7 episodes ago, I said, oh yeah, the whole Darla thing, Angel's kind of darkness and all of that would take us to the end of the season, and then that would all get wrapped up. But that seems to have kind of been wrapped up, quite early. So exactly what the rest of the season is going to entail, I have no idea, but that makes it really exciting. Because I really don't know what's going to happen, what to predict, or anything like that. So that's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. So let's get into the next one. Worth a try, I guess.
Worth a shot? Harry Helbeast.
Oz?
That's...
Well, we're off to a good start.
Oh. God, I wish I could get drunk.
Okay, let's approach the logically.
Me.
Screw logic. We're going in after her.
Angel, I don't think that's a good idea.
Listen, I don't think I care.
But we're
I'm
completely
just gonna,
unprepared.
you know.
We should go back to the...
You just can't seem to care.
I don't want to research, all right? It's Corey.
He makes a good point. Oh.
Maybe I have to be standing here with the portal open.
Oh, performance issues, Happens to the best of us.
Liz, I just got her back.
There's obviously not going to be any big swirly hole jumping without a big swirly hole.
Oh.
Oh, thank God. And also, ew.
Come here, boy! Seagull!
It's a pet. Oh.
Oh.
Fine old cow. Good cow. Sure. That's pretty pricey to market.
Okay, but...
My worries have returned.
They have no music there. It doesn't exist. Do you know what that's like? No lullabies, no love songs. All my life I thought I was crazy. That I had
I'm not gonna write you a love song.
I could hear music. And of course I didn't know it was music. All I knew was that it was something beautiful and painful.
That is crazy, like,
and right.
hearing music for the first time.
Who could hear it.
I wish I could remember that.
When separate entities enter a dimensional portal, they tend to, well, separate. Assuming we find another hotspot and manage to open another portal, if we simply jump in,
You'll be in
we
different
wind up
places.
literally on opposite ends of the world.
Hey,
Gun, where have you been? We
Oh.
were hours ago.
I'm sorry.
Guns lost 2 friends today.
I'm sorry, but Wes said the trip was one way, and I can't.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Please, find her.
Go down better.
We need a kite.
Remember when I said I love this dimension and I'm never, never, never gonna leave? Well, exactly which never did you not understand?
First gun, and now I can't believe this.
I'm sorry, guys.
He's gone with the wind.
I'll tell you what.
Oh my god. This feels very Firefly to me.
And I have rights. And right now, I'd like to get right back to... Ah! That hurt!
Oh dear.
How's that for talking?
Aha! Oh my god.
Is this a bad time?
It's like you feel cut off.
Lord,
If there's an action figure of him like this, I want it.
I'm getting all these ugly conflict vibes coming off you, Lauren. They're all pointed at that portal.
Are you sure you're just not seeing the chili I had for lunch yesterday? Because you want to talk about conflict? They need the hotspot because they're going to pirate.
I love characters who deflect with humour.
I'd rather sit through a junior high school production of Cats.
Eh.
You see where I'm going with this?
Not part
Or
of
any production of Cats.
Huh? That's too bad then.
Sorry to fans of Cats.
I'll never
I
risk
haven't
my
actually
girl.
seen it. I've seen the movie. That was enough.
Come again?
What, we handcuff ourselves together? Who do we know that has handcuffs?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Eh.
I don't think handcuffs would work.
I'm Gavin Park. This is my associate, Mr. Hayes. We represent Wolfram and...
Already bored.
Your lease expires in 6 months, and Wolfram and Hart is interested in purchasing this building.
You gotta be kidding me.
Ugh.
You guys...
I'm sure that somewhere in your lease agreement there must be 1 or 2 loopholes to be exploited.
What a dick. Kill him.
Go home. I want to be in my bed. I want to order some Thai food.
This is a pretty shit situation.
How long have you been here? I was born here. I mean, not really. I just sometimes I think I was. I mean,
Oh man.
I thought.
Well, this place is,
Zip.
to put it lightly, fucked her up.
Well,
Well, this is going well.
Lease is up in 6 months. At least that's what they tell me, so... I guess that's it. Take care of yourself.
Is that for gun?
I'm just waiting for Wes to have that Eureka moment.
Eureka!
Oh,
Eh.
thank God. I mean, he actually really says Eureka?
Mmm.
I'm sorry. It's just if I wasn't carrying every.
I'm afraid, Kyle, that milk's worth more than you are.
Oh no.
My cow is cursed. No, wait.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This villager. You have to go save him, or the dragon will.
You're cursed.
Here. Stop here.
This is an adventure.
Should I? I don't know. Put the top on? Shouldn't be.
Oh, they're all gonna drive in.
If I'm right.
That's quite funny.
I'm a time factor. I'm under a great deal of
Oh,
pressure.
suck it up, English.
Aw.
How did you...
Got a phone message. Sounded like the captain of the Titanic getting ready to go down with the ship.
He doesn't want to see another friend lost when he could have done something, I guess.
Now say goodbye.
I'd need more than one fucking seatbelt, I think. Oh. Bye. Hooray!
Have your blanket. I'm gonna catch on fire. Have your blanket. I'm gonna catch on fire.
Oh, he's fine.
So we made it then. This is your world.
Ah, yes. Home sweet hell.
On fire. And we're together.
Yay!
Merge into a freakish four-man Siamese twin.
That was a risk. How come nobody told me that was a risk?
Did everybody just notice how much fire I'm not on? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, all right.
Now, may I suggest we find some way to hide the car?
Very timely.
There's some over in that patch of sun. I'll get them.
Such a big kid. I love Big Kid Angel.
We found the body by Justice Rock.
Are they gonna like sacrifice her or something? Because I'm not here for that.
Bring forth the instruments.
Oh. Like a saxophone or something? No.
I'll keep them to myself. I'll never mention them again. Please, no.
She's gonna
No.
take your collar off.
No.
I hope so.
Don't forget the book.
Oh dear.
What's wrong? Did we look in the car? There's nothing there. I checked it before we started hiding it to make sure we didn't leave anything. Oh. Like stay the fuck!
Oh no. They didn't take the collar off, did they?
You three stay here. We gotta keep a low profile. Why? Because otherwise we might get beaten to death with sticks. Be right back.
Low profile in his bright red suit. Oh dear. Well, this has gone terribly.
I think we're winning!
Oh boy.
That you have abandoned the teachings of your people. Take him away.
Well, maybe your teachings are shit.
Things made out of some kind of magical alloy.
Really? How can you tell?
Can't. I'm just making myself feel better.
I was always horrified by those stories about the Tower of London. Wasn't that bad?
Yes? Well,
It's very nice there.
compared to this place, I'm sure the tower.
I went there a few months ago. What's this little hop?
Since she screamed. Those bastards.
I agree. Those bastards.
Oh, am I glad to see you. And so much less dead than I expected.
What they do to you?
I mean, he is dead,
Well,
but
first there was the welcome home parade.
Eater of our enemy's flesh, prelate of the sacrificial blood rites, and sovereign proconsul of death, is prepared to pass sentence upon you.
well, that's nice. It's not.
Hi, guys.
What the fuck? Okay, that was such a fun episode. I had so much like fun just relaxing and watching that. It was such a watchable episode. I feel like that would be one, even if you're like busy like doing other things or whatever, that could be like a really nice fun background episode to have on, which sounds bad because I'm like, oh yeah, it's just something to watch in the background, but it was really, really good fun. I mean, stressful at points where you feel like, oh dear, this is not going to go well for them. I did really enjoy that little kind of twist with Cordelia, when turns out they're like worshipping her, I guess now, because I guess the site is like this royal gift to them. I don't know, but that was really funny. The fact that they're like building up this person who's going to like pass sentence on them, and they were kind of trying to trick you with like thinking, oh yeah, she's been cursed, blah blah blah. But I guess the curse is a good thing in Pylia, I suppose. But yeah, I really enjoyed that ending. So Cordelia's like the queen, I guess, which is pretty awesome. I look forward to seeing what that's going to entail. I mean, I'm not particularly worried about everyone now, since she's passing sentence on them. I think they're going to be okay. So yeah, that was all very fun. I liked that twist a lot. Because it was brutal to kind of see her really suffer for like the majority of the episode and try and survive on her own in this town. And we got a brief glimpse of Fred as well. She's clearly about, but I think they said in the last one, was it 5 years or something she's been gone? So she's been there for 5 years, and I think you can tell because clearly her head is not in a very good spot. I feel like we're going to see, there's obviously going to be more to that story. I feel like this could be like the rest of the season, maybe. I felt this could be like a 3-part story. I know it wasn't like a to be continued or anything, but that would be cool if they like end the season on like this kind of arc. Would be interesting, or maybe they'll get back in the next one. Who knows? I'm really not sure how long this little arc is going to last, if it's just 2 episodes or if it's going to be all 3 remaining ones. But I did really like this whole world building they did with Pylia. It was something I talk about it in Walking Dead more specifically, when they spend like an episode introducing like a new place or a new settlement, and you kind of get to know all the people there and stuff like that. You get to learn about this new location. Another reason I loved Firefly, because they kind of did that in every episode. I always love episodes like that, and I felt like this was very much in that sort of vein, because we were kind of seeing this new dimension in Pylia. And yeah, just that whole like village kind of setting and stuff, it gave me a lot of like Firefly vibes. I feel like this could be like a prototype Firefly-ish episode. It felt very much in that similar vein. I think this was before Firefly started. I can't remember. I don't know what year this aired or anything, but you can kind of see that inspiration either way, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it, because it reminded me of Firefly, which I love. It's always going to be a good thing. But yeah, seeing a bit more of Fred and how messed up she seems to be is kind of interesting, and I feel like that's going to be an arc that continues. Seeing Cordelia suffer, yeah, it wasn't ideal seeing the 2 female characters being treated as slaves, having to be rescued by a group of guys, but you know what? I think that may be reading too much into it. That was just my degree teaching me to look at things like that. And it wasn't like all the women were enslaved, you know, it wasn't like a she issue from season 1. So I can kind of be like, yeah, it's a bit of fun. And, you know, it did end up with Cordelia on the fucking throne. So what am I talking about? I did enjoy that whole angle of things, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Cordelia might manage this new position of power she's got. I really don't know where they're going with that, but it's kind of a fun way to end the episode. I'm glad that we had more of like a light-hearted, fun kind of one for the most part. We obviously did have like the sadder moments, particularly from Gunn. I really understood the fact that he'd want to like take a step back and stuff, given the death of his friend. But I think with that message that Angel left, obviously very purposefully, as we saw, I think that really made Gunn see the fact that he couldn't just sit back and not do anything when his friend could die. So I like that kind of inspired him to take back into action. I've said a lot about Gunn, I think so far this season. I've mentioned a lot that I really enjoyed Gunn's loyalty, and he always seemed quite loyal to Angel. And I think if he is loyal to you, he will be loyal for the rest of his life. And this was a really great example of that kind of coming to fruition yet again. That's an aspect of his character I really, really enjoy. I would have maybe liked to have seen a few more scenes with Gunn making that decision. He doesn't just show up in the car or like jump in my car. But you know, you could have had like a scene of him listening, or a shot of him like listening to Angel's voicemail, and making that decision. It would have been cool to kind of explore his kind of grief and that psyche a bit more, but I don't really mind it. We might still get a bit of that in the next couple of episodes for all I know. But I did enjoy what they did with Gunn in this episode, and the fact that he joined the crew in the end. Just the 4 of them, that little group. They had a lot of funny moments. It was quite a funny episode for the most part. But we had like nice character moments like Gunn and his little story. And the start of the episode as well, when they were like trying to find ways to get a portal open, and Angel was like, I just got her back, because obviously, you know, just like got to be friends with her again. And that was very, very wholesome. I loved how dedicated Angel was right from the off. It's like he wasn't thinking about consequences or anything. He's like, we just need to jump into a portal and save Cordelia. I love that. And then seeing him be like a big giddy child when he realised in this Pythia he could walk in the sun. I really liked that. It's always cool when they can do that with Angel and show a lot of different ranges to his personality like that. That was funny. Just the hapless adventures of the 4 of them in Pythia. I could watch a spin-off on that, to be honest. But yeah, the whole location of Pythia I really enjoyed. I liked how we had Wesley very much trying to like find a solution in books and stuff like that, and that paralleled or contrasted, I guess is the better word, what Angel was doing. Just like jumping in, trying to focus on intuition as opposed to sitting and thinking about the consequences. And then Lorne as well, I really love him so much. I'm glad we got like an episode exploring where he came from. We got a bit of backstory for him in the last one obviously, but we're really kind of delving into it a bit more now. We're getting to see people that he knew, the world he came from, and I really, really love that. I really liked his friend as well when he went to speak to that woman. I think maybe it's just something about the character or how the actor portrays it or how he's written. But he could have one scene with this character and you just utterly believe that he's known them for years. And I think that takes a lot. I think that's good writing combined with a really great performance by Andy. I think his name's Andy, the actor. And I think that's an aspect that it's really hard to nail when you like start a show or whatever and you'll be like, oh yeah, these characters have known each other for 10 years. Sometimes you're like, well, clearly not. These are actors who've worked together for like 2 weeks at this point and they haven't really got that chemistry yet. It takes a couple of seasons to get that. But with Lorne, when he's like speaking to all these people, you get the impression that he has this history with them, and with that woman he went to get help from, you got the impression that they know each other for quite a while. And I really like that aspect as well. The fact that Lorne's kind of a friend of the people, at least on Earth, maybe not in Pythia. So we'll see where they go with all that. I'm scared Lorne's going to like stay behind at the end of the season or something, or when they go, or he has to like sacrifice himself to get everyone else back to Earth. Because I really want him to stick around longer. But I'm scared that's where they're going with it. The fact that he has to go home and they foreshadow with like, oh, I'm scared that this is the last trip, blah, blah, blah. But we'll see what happens. But I do really, really enjoy him a hell of a lot. He's really funny, a lot of fun to watch. And that's an aspect of his character, again, I really, really enjoy. So they kind of displayed some really nice qualities of all the characters that I really liked in this one. With Angel and being a big kid, Gunn and his loyalty, Lorne and this kind of the fascination he has with Earth, I think, is very endearing. But also, you know, that this history he manages to portray with all these different characters is good as well. And Wesley kind of still kind of trying to take charge a bit, but he's kind of the guy with the book. But he also feels like, in like the Gunn, Angel and Wesley kind of trio, he feels like the middle sibling, if that makes sense. I don't know why it makes sense to me, but that's just how I see it. In the fact that he knows how to negotiate with different people, and he knows when he can push boundaries and when he can take charge, like with Angel when he was like, you know, I am in charge, blah blah blah. And yet with Gunn, who's kind of, you know, technically working for Wesley now that he's in charge, when he was like, you know, say something again and I'll beat you up or something, and Wesley just shut the hell up. He has a very good knowledge of how to treat and negotiate people, and that's an aspect that I really enjoy about him. And I feel like that might come from maybe his history with his dad and his desperation to be liked. Maybe that's why Wesley's so good at reading people and reading the situation and reading the relationship he has with people, so he knows when he can push things and when to stay quiet. That might come from really wanting his dad's love and affection, and he wants that from everyone else, so he kind of really reads into all his relationships, which is an interesting kind of idea. I like that about him a lot as well. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing where this story goes, and I imagine there's a bit of setup with that Gavin guy, those lawyers from Wolfram and Hart, who we haven't seen before, I think they were new people. I don't know if this is a way of them getting rid of the hotel. Is the set too expensive? I don't know. But it's just another way of reminding us that Wolfram and Hart are still out there, even if the story that we're focusing on at the minute is quite separate from that. So I imagine there might be something there with them trying to... If it's like, oh, who's going to pay the most money for the hotel? If it's like a battle for the hotel, I'd be like... So we'll see where they go with that, but I'm sure that was a little setup or something there with the Wolfram and Hart people. But yeah, maybe they'll be like stuck in Pylia for like 6 months, and when they get back they don't have anywhere to live. That could be an interesting kind of setup. Like, where do you go from there? Where would you stay after that? They could all... what if they all lived in Lorne's club? That'd be great fun. That could be like their base of operations. They'd just be drunk all the time. Perfect. But yeah, so there was that as well, reminding us the Wolf and the Heart still about. But I'm just very excited to see where this arc in Pylia is going to go, with Cordelia being like the queen and stuff. Could be very interesting. But it was just such a fun episode to watch. It was just really enjoyable to just sit back and enjoy. And I liked all the different aspects of these characters they put on show that I always really enjoy. Yeah, so much fun, very interesting ending, and I look forward to seeing what's going to happen with all of that. And we'll be finishing the season in the next cycle. That's it for this one, but obviously the next cycle will be Angel, episode 21, 22, so we're finishing off the season, and then it will be the Buffy season 5 review as well, will be the next cycle, which will take me a while, but we'll get there. And I'm very excited to finish off the season with the next 2 episodes. We'll see what happens. Really enjoyed this season though, and I can't wait to wrap it up, and then we move on. Next season will be over halfway through the show. We'll reach the halfway point next season, which is scary. But yeah, very excited to see what's going to happen next. Fantastic episode, and until my next reaction, thanks for watching.